So what is good, family? So today, guys, I have some good stuff for you. So 2 weeks ago, we did a training. I believe it was 2 weeks ago. Very basics, right? We talked about how to create a trading plan, and then all the basic ideas when first learning how to trade, right? Today's gonna be a little bit more advanced. It's gonna be like a step up from that one, right? I will keep it more or less basic, but today I really want to cover specifically how to enter a trade, things I look for, right? I'm gonna go over my strategy as well, and I'm gonna tell you the pros and the cons of my strategy. For me, it's all pros. Like it's all beneficial to me. I'm okay with the things that go wrong with my strategy because I know how to work it, right? But I'm gonna tell you the pros and cons, and you can decide if you're willing, if you want to take that strategy, use it, or switch things around and make it your own, right? I've been watching enough educators on the platform where I'm kind of taking pieces of each person and kind of making it one, making it work for me, right? So, if because I'm gonna put this on YouTube as well. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Chase Cackman. I've been trading for about 2.5, almost 3 years. Right, I'm by no means an expert, but I am learning, and I have an amazing academy that has taught me a lot of the information I'm going to be going over today. So I'm going to try to keep it simple, but not extremely basic. I don't want to keep it too elementary, guys. If you don't know some of the things I'm going over, I do want to encourage you guys right in the chat box any questions. At the end, I'll go to the chat box and I will answer any questions you guys have. I obviously understand that the way I see things is not the way you see things. So if I'm going over your head, ask the question. I'd rather you. I feel like a lot of people. I'm listening to an audiobook by John C. Maxwell. It says the title is "Good Leaders Ask Great Questions," and it's something that's perfect for me. I feel like I should be asking more questions, but you guys as well, right? A lot of people what they say is a lot of people don't ask questions because they're scared of looking, quote unquote, like being perceived as dumb, right? But I would rather you be, quote unquote, looking dumb by asking a question that might seem dumb to somebody else, but then actually stay dumb. Because if you don't ask the question, you don't learn anything at all. So ask the question. We'll cover it. I'm not going to laugh at any questions, right? Because I've been there. It's part of the journey. I'd rather you have confidence and ask the question. If anyone laughs, that's on them. That just shows who they are. Right? It has nothing to do with you and me, right? So what's good, V? I see you. I think that call might have just ended. All right, so let's get it, guys. So sorry, Hersan, I accidentally pinned your thing. Disregard that, brother. I think I just fixed it. I pinned and I clicked ask to unmute. I really want Hersan to speak. You are the GOAT, though. You're the man, bro. Can't wait to see you soon, man. So shout out to all you guys on here. Let's get started. So I'm trying to move around my things. Give me one sec. Okay, so I want to go over a couple things, guys. Step one, I want to cover what I'm going to probably go over. I really, this is not going to be as structured as last time, right? I want to kind of just, oh man, this makes me so sad, guys. And I'm going to explain this to you. I actually got stopped out of this trade, and look at this thing, man. Oh, it burns, but it's part of it. I'm actually really excited to teach you guys something that I learned today, a lesson, right? It wasn't an L, it was a lesson. I made the stop loss way too small, but I was getting excited. I was trying to really make some money this morning. So I'm going to first, guys, go into my specific strategy. So shout out to Manny. Manny asked a great question at the last event we spoke at. He came up to me and he asked a question. He said that I mentioned something when I was speaking. I said that I really, when I trade, I ask myself two questions. And if these two questions are yes, I take the trade, right? And what's really important is everyone says that trading is risky. All right, it's only risky if you don't know how to properly risk. I think a lot of things are worth risking if the reward is big enough, right? Elon Musk said that he believed that everything that he's done with Tesla was supposed to be a complete failure. He was supposed to fail. He thought he was going to fail, but the risk of failure was worth it compared to the success that was possible, right? So for me, I look at the trade, I'm like, yo, is this risk worth the reward? And if it is, I take it, right? So I'm gonna go over my two questions, but first I'm gonna really show you guys the strategy I use. I'm gonna touch on this, and then I'm gonna go into, so basically, guys, the way I trade, I use one strategy, right? With Forex. With crypto, I have a whole different So you guys are on demo. What I encourage you guys, if you're trading demo, have a demo account for crypto and a separate demo if you're going to trade Forex, right? I was telling someone this yesterday. I have two different ones because what if I'm killing Forex? I'm doing amazing in Forex. What if I'm doing great? But then I'm taking crypto trades on the same account and all my crypto trades, just my strategy's not really locked in. And I'm going break even. I'm not really making profits. That's not good because I could be having a Forex account compounding and then a separate crypto account that I can learn that I'm making mistakes on. So it's really about, when you look, it's really about observing what you're doing and really finding out if it's right or wrong and where you need to critique your areas, right? A lot of you guys are taking trades and winning trades. That's amazing. But I care more if you know why you're winning. That's way more important than actually just taking trades and like you guys have blue screens. The blue screens are lit. I love the blue screens. But what'd you do, right? Alex texts me all the time. I'm like, bro, but he's giving me good answers though. I love it though. And I'm like, yo, where'd you get that set up? Like what made you think about it? And he gives me his reasoning and his reasoning is getting more and more in depth. And I love that. You can tell he's studying, right? So I want to see you guys learning, not just taking crazy trades, right? Manny, bro, that trade we took a demo trade yesterday, got stopped out, but Bitcoin ran up. So I made the stop loss too small. I want to explain, today I did the same, that was a demo trade for me, but today I took a trade and my stop loss was too small and I got stopped out. And then the trade, it actually went where it was supposed to go. But I'm going to explain that in a second. So real quick, I'm going to touch on my strategy, but I really want to cover entries, stop losses, and take profits. Really, so when you're trading, guys, you really just need to know three things. All right, the first one is the entry. Where are you entering into the trade? Okay, entry plus direction, right? So where are you going to hit the button, buy or sell? Right, so you want to know where the market's going. Is it going up or down? And where to actually get in. You just don't want to get in at any random time. So that's the first thing you need to know. Right, I'm actually going to write this down over here. Right, let me write this down for you guys. Right, three things to trade. Right, one is entry, where, like the location of the entry. I put location. And then also, this also goes with, we'll just do this, two, direction, right, up or down. So up, which is a buy. Okay, I'm gonna start really simple for you guys. Down is a sell. So if you guys, obviously a lot of you guys know right now that you can make money if the market goes up or down, right? Not like stocks, not like crypto exchanges, right? Coinbase, you can't make money if the market goes down, right? Here, when we're leverage trading, this is gonna be all leverage trading today, just to clarify. You can make money when it goes down by selling the market. And then three is exit. Boom, exit. And the exit's gonna be either a take profit, which is obviously good. That means we made money, we're taking out profit, or it's going to be a stop loss, which is it's not bad. It's just we lost a trade. Okay, so that's it. This is really what we're going to look for. But I'm going to really go into exactly what I see when I enter, what I see, how I decide the direction, whether I'm going to buy or sell, and then where I put my take profits and stop loss. So first, I'm going to show you guys the DeLorean strategy. Okay, that's really where I find out the entry. I find the entry and the direction using the DeLorean strategy. Exit and stop loss also works with the DeLorean, and I'm going to show you it. But if you don't want to use the DeLorean strategy, that's one of the 20 AIs, artificial intelligences, that we have on the Academy. Right, so you don't have to use that one. It's a Forex strategy. You don't have to use that one. But if you decide to, I'm going to kind of break it down. But if you don't decide to, I'm going to still show you how to properly at least look at a market and give yourself a good idea for where to put a stop loss, where to put a take profit. Okay, so real quickly, let me dive in. So this is the DeLorean scanner. Basically, guys, the way I trade, I literally wake up from around 7 to 9. I'm on my computer, 7 to 9:30ish. Right, I try to hit the gym right after that. I try to hit the gym with a trade, right? This specific strategy, guys, it moves from 2 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, 2 to 11, that's when most of the trades come out. On the right-hand side, you can see the last one came out almost 10 hours ago, 11 hours, 44 minutes, right, NJ. NZDJPY. So on the right hand side, if a trade pops up, it'll be on the right hand side. And you can subscribe up here, guys. You can click on this. You have to have the strategy, of course. You can click on this little this bell, and then it'll notify me on my phone. So what happens is my phone, so if I'm making a coffee, if I'm gonna go eat breakfast real quick, I'll get a notification saying a new alert came out. I can go check it out and see if the trade is valid. Not all of these trades are valid. I have to ask myself 2 questions on here. If they're both yes, I take the trade. Right? If one's and it's basically the first questions. I'm actually gonna break it down now. So I'm not gonna break the whole entire strategy down. Let me go to the trade I took. Euro GBP. This is the one, I think. Yeah. Hold on one sec, guys. So it does refresh every like couple minutes. But let me just pick on the chart real quick. It was Euro GBP. It wasn't even, this thing came out multiple times. So how this works, guys, is this. The scanner calls out trades, right, on a 15 minute, a 30 minute. All right, let me write this down. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna put DeLorean scanner. Just so you guys can kind of take notes. I want to make sure you guys are getting all this, right? It goes from 2 a.m. to, 11 a.m. I really don't trade after 10. I don't trade after 10. Okay. It calls out trades on, so I'm gonna write time frames. So on time frames. So there's a 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. So what does that mean? That means it's gonna call out trade ideas on, so every time you look at a chart, guys, I don't know if you guys ever, I hope you guys understand this part. This is very simple. If there's, up here on the top left, it says Euro GBP, that's the currency pair we're trading. There's a 15, that means this is every single candle on this chart represents 15 minutes of time. So after 15 minutes, a new candle opens. 15 minutes pass, a new candle opens, right? If it's an hour, it's obviously a bigger time frame. So I prefer 15 minutes because you're on a smaller time frame. You can catch bigger moves. Right? I'll explain that. Not even bigger moves, but your risk to reward is bigger. You can get out of the trade faster, right? So it'll call out trades. I go in, I ask myself 2 questions. So let's just look at Euro GBP. This is what we're gonna look at today. I took this earlier, and what happened here was. There was actually so many of them. So this isn't even the right one. It's actually, so Euro GBP was called out 3 times this morning on different time frames. So I'm just trying to find the right one. That's unfortunate. It's not going to move. I really want to show you guys because this is important. All right, well, let's just say this. So guys, what happened? It came out right here. I'm going to move the arrow. This is the first time it came out. I'm not going to go over it's normally a 4-step process with the DeLorean, guys. It's only a 2-step process now because the algorithm has changed and it's so accurate. You only ask yourself 2 questions. So really an arrow comes out and it's pointing down. Okay, this arrow came out and it's pointing down, right here. I'm just going to, can I delete this? Let me just do my own because it's going to keep refreshing. Down arrow, it came out right here. Boom. Okay. So what happens is it's telling me the direction. I'm looking for a sell. Okay, and then my entry on this position using the DeLorean, this is not for every strategy, guys, so don't get confused, right? My entry on this is anywhere on this red or yellow line. So I can enter this market anywhere on the red or yellow line. Okay. Now, my 2 questions are this, right? My first question, I'm gonna go to my chart. I'm just gonna draw it on here, guys, because I'm writing on here already. So my first question is this, guys. I'm gonna write this down. Question 1. My first question is, guys. So I already figured out the direction, which is a sell. All right. So what do I know? I know direction and entry already. Okay, because I got the notification. Right? So disregard this part if you're not going to use the DeLorean strategy. The next part you guys can use for any strategy, right? So I know that the direction and entry, right? Now, my questions are this. 1, where do I put stop loss? Where do I put stop loss? Put, boom. And when I look at this, guys, my first thing that I do when I try to take a trade, when I enter into the market, is I look, if I'm taking a sell, I want a reason why the market won't go up, right? If I want the market to go down, I first need a reasoning why it won't go the opposite of where I'm expecting. Okay, so if I want the market to go down, all right, I need a reason it won't go higher. So what's stopping it? What's stopping price from going higher? All right. That's really my first question. Okay, where do I put my stop loss? That's equivalent. That's the same. When I say that, what I mean is, what's stopping it? I need some structure. All right. Step 2 is, do I have space for profit? So it's easy. I already know my entry. Profit. So I know my entry. I know the direction. Now all I really need to make sure of is that the market won't go higher, and that it has space to go lower. So that's what I'm really looking for. So in this situation, guys, with my DeLorean scanner, well, it's not mine, with the IM DeLorean scanner that I use, right? What we use for stop loss is this aqua line. So this aqua line, there's a bunch of lines on the screen right now, guys. I'm sure you see it all, you see them all. What they represent is, they're called EMAs. So they're exponential moving averages. It sounds fancy. All you really need to know is that price, these candles that represent price, they don't prefer to go through these lines. So for example, let me go, we're gonna go way back in time, looking at the same exact pair. So in this area, when price went from this low to this high, you can see that this aqua line, all right, so you can first see the red line. Price comes up. Where's my, I would love to have my mouse right now. Oh, here, hold on one sec. Plug in the mouse. All right, so we know that the market starts moving up, right? So what we start seeing is price comes up here, right? Comes down to this red line, right? This red line, bounces off of it, comes back down to a red line, bounces off of it, back down to the red line, bounces off it, and then you can see it kind of moves sideways for a minute. Look how it never went under the aqua line, right? Boom, shoots up off the aqua line, right? So it will break the red. So obviously it'll break the red. It's gonna break the aqua too. Eventually over time, the lines will always get ran through. But if you have a defined trend, so if we know it's a defined uptrend, we can look at these aqua lines. Look how right over here, bounce off the aqua again, bounce off the aqua, and then it finally broke down. And then it actually shot up again, right? So these lines kind of show you the trend, right? And they also act as support and resistance, okay? So I really want you guys, if you guys really don't understand support and resistance, I call it structure, right? Because support, resistance, it's really the same thing. Okay, at the end of this, guys, I'm gonna freestyle some charts just so you guys can kind of see what I'm seeing, and you can kind of pick my brain, ask questions, right? So in this example, guys, I knew my entry was right here. So I entered the market. This is actually my entry right here. Okay, so this is where I made the mistake. I put my stop loss, guys, right here. Well, it was 6 pips, which is savage. Normally, guys, I like having my stop loss, just so you guys know. If I'm on a 15-minute, this is actually pretty fire. This is actually pretty good to know. So stop loss, it all depends. So it depends on what time frame you're looking at. On what time frame? But I'm gonna do this on. Well, this is actually really fire. Time frame that you're looking at. So obviously, the smaller time frame, the smaller the stop loss. The smaller time frame. That's why, guys. That's why a lot of traders, and you're gonna see in the platform, they always, if you're looking at Bitcoin on like a daily, you always want to break it down and get down to the 15-minute to find that really good entry, right? You want to work down to the smaller time frames, find a really good entry. So stop loss depends on the time frame. It also depends on like what you're trading. So like crypto guys, you're gonna have a way bigger stop loss. You know, some forex pairs move fast, right? So if you guys don't know, man, so this is actually kind of fire, guys. I wasn't really gonna get into this, but it's on my mind now. So I kind of do like just like freestyling with you guys. So I might be all over the place, but you guys are gonna get some fire. So ADR. So a lot of people actually don't know what ADR is. This is actually advanced stuff, guys. It's called average daily range. This is fire. So basically, what does that mean? That's the average daily range a crypto, whatever you're looking at moves. So for example, let me see if there's an indicator for it. ADR. There used to be, but I know mine's not working anymore. Average day range. All right, let me delete one of my indicators real quick. Let me delete. This one's like not working, right? Yeah, this doesn't work anymore. So let me add the average daily range. Let's see if this works. This is not what I want it to be. But basically, guys, every pair moves a certain amount of pips, right? So like, for example, Euro GBP is a pair that moves a lot. So you'll notice the Great British Pound, GBP, moves a lot in a day. The Australian dollar moves a lot. So if you guys are new, it depends what you want to trade. But if you're new, you might not want to trade like Euro AUD. That thing moves, man. That thing will move like 120 pips a day, right? Certain pairs like the Swiss franc, or one of the slowest pairs that I know of is actually AUD NZD, right? So the Australian dollar compared to the New Zealand dollar, they're like very close to each other. If you guys don't know, Australia and New Zealand are like right next. They're like right off each other. They're really close, and so they're kind of similar. So if you look down to the bottom, guys, let's see the 13th. Where's the 13th? The 13th starts rate. Boom, on the bottom. So you can see this thing only moved 65 pips today. Euro GBP actually moved less. So this actually moved a little bit less today. Let's see. Yeah, so Euro GBP moved less. But yeah, I'll show you. So I guess it varies, but you'll see some pairs tend to move a lot more. So back to what I was talking about, guys, the stop loss. I normally put my stop loss right above the aqua, and I could show you guys, maybe next week I can do a more in-depth DeLorean training on like all the ins and outs. I don't want to get all into that right now. I want to stay more like general ideas for you guys, but I put it right above the aqua. So I only had a 6 pip stop loss, which is crazy. So think about it, guys. If I risk 2% of my entire account in this red space, this is only 6 pips. So every time it goes down 6 pips, I make 2% of my account. So if it goes down 12 pips, I'm up 4%. If it goes down 18 pips, I'm up 6%. If it goes down 24 pips, I'm up, what is that? I don't even know anymore, right? I'm up 10%, right? 10, 12%. So if this specific trade would have went about 12% profit, risking only 2%. That's insane, dude. 12% is good enough for a week. 12% is good enough for a week, for sure. All right. Crazy, man. But yeah, I got stopped out. Look how price ran up, took me out of the trade, and then it continued down. So the pro, and I want to go over this, pros and cons of having a very small stop loss. The pro is that if it goes down and you get a really good entry, if I would have got it right up here and it didn't take me out, I would have really made a good amount of money, right? I would have made 12%. But since I made the stop loss so small, right, it actually took me out and then made the move, right? So if I would have had a bigger stop loss, what's the benefit of that? So obviously the benefit is I would have won the trade, of course, but my risk to reward ratio would have been significantly smaller. So if I had the stop loss all the way up here, right, I would have only made 6, 7% instead of 12. So I took the risk on the small, because guys, there was one trade I've taken when I first got started, to be honest. I took a trade and I made like 100% of my account, and it was because I had like a 4 pip stop loss, but my entry was so good, I caught like 100 pips. If you can, so this is I don't want this to go over your head, but if I take a trade, right? let me look for like a big trend, and let me just show you guys exactly what I mean. All right, if I get a trade, if I enter it on a trade on a really good position, let's say I bought right down here on the bottom. Let's say I have a 5 pip stop loss. Okay, let me explain this to you. 5 is really small. I really honestly don't encourage it. But if you get a 5 pip stop and you get a perfect entry, guys, if you get 100 pips, yeah, oh my goodness. Oh no, you would need 200 pips. If you caught 200 pips, which is like a really big move for having that small stop loss, which this thing actually did almost, right? This would have been 60% profit if you would have caught this move. Why? Because every 5 pips you take, every 5 pips it moves, you're making 2% of your account. So if it goes up 200 pips, that would equal 100% of your account. So for me, I'll do sometimes these riskier trades. I'm not gonna lie, guys. The last 2 weeks, I've did 2 trades like this in the last 2 weeks. Out of all my other ones, both my small stop losses got taken out. So it is a lot more riskier. You have to be on point. You gotta like, dude, I was like making coffee. I was like, I didn't care. I was okay with it. This risk to reward is good because when I hit this, I can lose 10 of these and hit the last one, and I'm still 12% profit. Right, so for me, it was a good risk to reward. It was worth it. I didn't freak out or care, but I didn't know that it actually dropped all this until right now, right? So let me go to a random chart. I'm gonna break down these questions again for you guys because I went over stop loss, and I want to talk to you guys more on a basic level. Someone put a random currency pair, forex pair, or even a crypto pair. Put a random one in the chat, and we'll look at it. USD CAD. All right. I used to love USD CAD on nah, it's not CAD USD, it's USD CAD. You had it right the first time. So you'll notice that you can't flip the pairs. It's one way or the other. Yeah, USD CAD. Oh dang. This is actually strange. Like this pair doesn't always move that much, but I actually really like this pair when I trade HFX. I don't know why. And it's good, guys, to have pairs that you like, right? Man, it's good that you like that pair because you kind of know how it moves. Right, and you know the direction of it. I know during COVID, Val and I knew exactly where Euro USD was. Like I knew the pattern on Euro USD like it was Bitcoin during COVID because it was the only thing I was trading. So I highly encourage you guys focus on a specific pair. Right, that'll give you guys confidence, right, in trading that pair. So guys, let's just say, for example, I'm gonna look at USD CAD. Normally when I look at a pair, guys, if you're gonna look at the market from a very general view, not using a strategy, which like I said, I highly, highly, highly encourage you guys, find a strategy, find at least an educator, right? There's educators on the platform that I really enjoy like watching, like they're actually fun, right? So what I do is if I'm looking at the market from a general non-strategy perspective, I first go on the daily time frame and I kind of assess where the market, like what direction the market is going. Because I personally trade with the trend every time. So in this situation, I went over that on the last call, guys. The market's either going up, down, or sideways. So what we can see here during this phase, it was going up. During this phase, it's going sideways. And right now, it went down, but it's still kind of going sideways right here. So when the market does move sideways, Steve is actually covering this. I like to box up the zone. And I only trade like the bottoms and the tops. Like I'll sell the tops, buy the bottoms. But this is a really big time frame, so I'm gonna just break down like this side, right? So we're overall on a downtrend. And what I like to do, guys, I like to draw support and resistance. All right, so this is gonna be a good kind of example on how I look at support and resistance. So guys, on the left-hand side on TradingView, we have all these tools. These are all different tools. You can click on these and you can actually favorite some of your tools, right? I have a bunch favorited, and when you favorite them, you have this little toolbar right here. All right, I have a toolbar. One of my favorite ones is the horizontal line. And what I'll do, guys, I'm gonna look for a point in the market and I'll just move my mouse around, right? I'm gonna look for a point that the market came and touched multiple times. And not only touched, but bounced off of it or rejected it, right? These are the things I like. And it's not going to be a straight line. Honestly, it's more like a zone, right? I'm actually going to box these up. It's more like a zone. So like this area, we can see price came up here, dropped, came up here, dropped. It did break through it. right? Dropped again off it, dropped again off it, broke through it. Okay, not bad. In the current market, so this is a bigger time frame. On the current market, there's an easy zone right here. So all these tops, I'm looking for tops and bottoms, right? With multiple touches though. Like this is a bottom, guys, but it only touched once, so I'm not gonna box that up. All right, I hope you guys can see that. I'm not boxing that up because I need to hit twice. So 1, 2, this is the second one. All right, so this is like, right now it's moving sideways from, oh, this is actually, so we're on the daily, so it's actually a lot of time right here. This is like July 2021, so it's actually moving sideways right now, big time. So now I'm gonna break it down to a smaller time frame, 1 hour. All right, my goal here is to break it down eventually to the 15, right? So obviously, guys, when you go to the smaller time frames, you can see different trends, right? So the market went up, kind of moved sideways here. Really, to decide where the market's going, you want to find, so this is like the low to the high. All right, came down. This is a lower low. This low is lower than this low. All right, it comes and makes a higher high up here. This high is higher than this last high. But then, well, what happened? This low got broken. It got broken, right? So that means that this was an uptrend until this moment right here. I hope this makes sense. This is actually very basic information. When this happened, guys, when this orange, let's make this aqua. When this aqua line got broken, which is all up in here, this trend, this uptrend that was kind of happening, broke. Now it's kind of moving sideways overall. So what I look for, guys, when I'm taking entries, I don't take entries that's, like I said, that's not on a scanner. I like it easy, guys. I like the easy way. I like the DeLorean's proven for me. But when I zoom in, guys, from April, right, the market's been moving up since April. So we can see it's coming up. And I'm gonna get into stop loss entries right now. This is actually an interesting area right now. Well, we can maybe even take a demo trade, right? This is fire. So this is actually where I'm coming to. So we know, guys, that overall the market's kind of moving sideways since last year. Okay, I personally like taking buys in the bottom of this market, right? So remember, guys, when I break this back down to the daily, we know that this thing is moving sideways. The best entries for me are sells. So buys down here on the lows. If you buy anything down here, that's a nice trade. And I like selling up here. That's like the main idea. Okay. Yeah, we'll probably take a demo trade on this. Okay. And then but what I'll do, guys, is I'll break it down. I'm looking for different zones now. I'm looking for support and resistance on this time frame. So this is like a month right here. This is a month of time. Well, not even, right? So this is like April 5th, okay, to now. So it's like a week or two, right? About a week almost. A little bit over a week, right? So price comes up, it comes down. This is a low right here. All right, this is a low. Oh my goodness, it's actually really nice, guys. Let me make this a little. This is actually a solid zone. So you guys can see that first. Price came up here, hit this, came down, hit this, came down, broke through. Oh man, this is so fire. Let me see if I can really get deep into this. This teaches so much right here. All right, this green box is what we're looking at, guys. So we saw price come up here. This blue candle came up, didn't close above, right? It stayed in this box or lower, right? Stayed in the box. It actually rejected. So price moved down here, came back up, moved back down, came back up, came back down like 3 times. Sheesh. And then look at this big blue candle. Came through, broke over this. So when the body of the candle, which is like the whole blue color, right? The body of the candle closes above the green line. This resistance, right? This was like a roof. This was a roof at first. It was stopping price from going up, right? Kind of like when if I'm trying to like go through the ceiling, like the roof is gonna slow me down, right? If I break through that ceiling, well, I'm on the top floor, so there's no one above me, but there would be a floor. It would now be the floor. So imagine breaking through a ceiling and there's a level above you. Now that ceiling you break through is the floor. Boom, and then look what happened. The price This wick shows that price came down into the zone and rejected it like a floor and shot up. Boom, shot up. And then look, it came back down here, floor. That's why I don't call things support and resistance, guys, because it's the same thing. This was a resistance, now it's a support. It's a structure in general. The whole thing's a structure. But now look where price is, in this zone. It's above the zone. It hasn't closed under the zone since April 10th, which was only 3 days ago. So, like I said, I don't take trades like this, but this is not a bad idea. And the reason why I would potentially, if you guys wanted to, take a buy on this is because it's on a floor. It's on a floor and price, because for me, the first thing I want to do when I enter a trade is I want to make sure that my position, there's a reason it won't lose, right? Risk management. I want to protect my investment first and then make money, right? So I would probably put a 25 pip stop loss on this. Right, we're on an hour time frame. So a good rule, if you're trading an hour, depending on the pair, you want space, because you don't want it to come all the way down here, wick, and then shoot up. So I think 25 pips is enough to kind of get you. This is gonna be fire. We're gonna take a demo trade together, guys. I might as well just jump in. I might as well take it. Every time I do this for fun, I wake up the next day and we're always in profit on like Forex trades, right? Now, where do we put so I want to enter right on the floor. I want to give me space. All right, I want to give me space, and then I want to put, where do I put my take profit? I want to put my take profit at the last resistances, right? The last ceiling. So the last time price came up and shot down, right? So I would put my TP all the way up here. This would be so for me, everyone uses this differently, guys. So what I personally do, I have 2 TPs. Well, excuse me. Yeah, I have 2 TPs. So you'll see a lot, guys, on the platform. People use 3 take profits. Take profit one's normally really small, right? I don't do small take profits. That's just not how I trade. I like catching bigger moves. It's just more fun. It's just my personal preference, straight up. And I do TP. So I don't do TP1. I really do like normal people's TP2 is my TP1. And then TP3, what I do, guys, I'll have 1 take profit here, and then let's reset this chart. What's the last time? So I'm gonna go on a higher time frame. I need to find another structure point. Okay, boom. So this last low right here. So I'm seeing, see how price came right here, formed a floor, and then shot up. This would be my other take profit, the higher one. Pretty solid. All right, so this is what my trade would look like. So we'd have a 6-to-1 risk to reward. So if you're risking 2%, you can make 12% on this trade. And the reason I like this, guys, is because I don't got to be that accurate. If I can lose 5 of these and just win the 6th one, and I'll be profitable. I'll make more money than I lost. Because if I lose 5 of these, that's 10%. If I win 1 of them, it's 12%. Okay? So I like having really big risk rewards because it means I don't got to be amazing at what I do. And I encourage everyone, and I'm going to go through the psychology of a trade in a second as well. All right, so we have a stop loss, we have a support down here, which is going to hopefully hold price. Hopefully hold price in this zone, all right? Boom. Cool. That's lit. Let me see what my DeLorean lines look like. Oh, see, that's not good. So this trade's not amazing because of my DeLorean lines are telling me this is not the best trade. So I'm not going to take this live. But we can jump in demo. What's today, guys? Wednesday. So the market does like reversing in the middle of the week. This might have been the reversal here. Yeah, I mean, it's solid, guys. Like I said, I only trade my strategy. So if I'll jump in on this with you guys. I'm only going to risk 1% of my account. I'm going to show you guys something really cool too. We're trading USD CAD, right? This is a resource you guys should all have saved on your computers, phones, whatever. It's a website called myfxbook.com. Okay, myfxbook.com. I have a video for this, guys, as well that shows how to properly manage your risk and enter into a trade. It's like 4 minutes long. It's on my YouTube channel. Basically, guys, go to myfxbook.com, put your mouse over the home button, go to Forex calculators, click on position size calculator. Okay. Now you're gonna click the currency pair you're trading. So we're gonna go to Euro. What are we trading, guys? USD CAD. I'm just gonna type it in USD CAD. Boom. This is important. You want to make sure you have the right pair because all the currencies are different, right? Choose your account size. If you have a $3,000 demo account, right? You're gonna put that in. If you have the $100,000 one, you can put that in as well, right? Put whatever your account is, exactly what it is. Risk ratio, how much percent of your account are you willing to risk? I would say no more than 3%, guys, but I do 2. Stop loss. I told you guys it's 25 pips. I click calculate. Boom. What does that mean? We're gonna risk 60 pips, 60 bucks. So if we lose this trade, we'll lose $60. No big deal. It's only 2%. And we're gonna type in 0.3. This is the size, 0.3. So I know a lot of you guys are doing 1.0s on Bitcoin. I mean, if you have 100,000, that's cool, right? So look, 100,000, because I know you guys do have that one. Boom. It's gonna be a 10 standard lots. So you can put 10 standards if you want, but you're risking $2,000. That's really what you would do, though. I mean, if you're trading the $100,000 account. But I do recommend you guys use the $3,000 one because when you do start your real account, you're not gonna have 100 bands. Well, some of you won't. All right, so 0.3. And then, yeah, worst case, guys, you know, like I said, so right now when I see all my EMAs here, I just told you guys price doesn't like to go through these. So this is like really like, it's kind of like a counter trend trade for me. Because if price has to go through all of these, it's not optimal. So I would have took this live with you guys, but I'm not gonna. So you guys can feel free to go on there and take that demo trade if you want. We can actually look for another one, but that would actually fit my idea. But yeah, guys, this is kind of a lot of traders do trade like this though. It's counter trend. They're expecting a pullback. There's an imbalance here. Like there are reasons why this could totally come up here, but just the way I trade, I just don't do that. I like working with the trend. Okay, so let me know if all of that made sense for you guys. Where to put take profit. See how I scrolled out, looked for another support or resistance zone to find for TP. All right. So what I would do is if we entered. Let's say everything works out, price comes up here, I'll take out 50%. So right here, I take out 50% of my trade. So I go onto my thing, TP 50%. So I would pull out, if I took 0.3, guys, if I entered a 0.3 lot, I'm taking out 0.15 up here, 0.15. So that would be 60 times 4. So I would take out 200. So you'd be at $240 in profit right here. And I would take out half of that. So you take out $100, 120 profit here. And then I'd let price continue to go higher. If it comes up here, I take out the rest. Let's just say that. I don't want to keep it complex. I personally, if I'm trading with the trend, I'll always leave a 0.01 in there, just to mess around and just in case the market just keeps going higher. Okay, let me know if that makes sense. Put a 1 in the chat if all that made sense for you guys. If you have a question there, ask your question. I'm gonna look for another, and feel free to take this, guys, if you want. I'm gonna look for another one. Some leftover iced coffee from the morning. Amazing, guys, amazing. All right. Someone put another pair. Someone put another pair in the chat. Any pair. Not USD CAD. Different one. GJ. We're gonna do XRP. We'll check out GJ. If it doesn't work, then we'll check out XRP. I'm gonna actually try to find a good setup for us, and then we'll see if we can get into it. So I'm actually keep the lines on here. So So, man, crazy. You can see my trades down here. I like keeping, and I encourage you guys, make sure you guys have a trading view and create an account. Mine's free. I don't even pay for mine. And I do all this. I have all these lines. I do all this stuff. I don't even pay for mine. I used to. I just didn't even use I didn't need all that, right? You're allowed to have like 5 indicators. I only need 2 or 3. But naturally, guys, what I see here, these lines tell me, and that's why I really love The DeLorean lines, guys, I see so much just by seeing these lines. I clearly see that this is a uptrend. You guys probably all see that. So now that I know this is an uptrend, I automatically want to buy this. But price is literally breaking an all-time high right now. I'm not going to buy it all the way up there, right? I would want price to kind of come down to like, I would need it to come down to a certain area before I can buy this. So we're gonna probably go to a different pair real quick. But like I would mark up like this area right here. Yeah, it's not even that clean. Yeah, I would wait for a pullback and then a buy. So let me just, I have a watch list here, guys. And oh, what I was saying is, because when you guys have your own account, if you put your trades on here, so I've taken these. I only leave the ones I've taken. Look at this, guys. This is a trade idea that went for 210 pips. If I would have left in a little 0.01 on this trade, look how much, I'd be up 1,300 pips. And that's way more than in crypto. Because crypto, 1,300 pips is kind of normal. It's like it's like a couple hours. But in Forex, guys, like, dude, that's like a lot. So I like leaving like a little bit in there because with DeLorean, you can catch these trades. So let me just check out my watch list. And I'm gonna find something. Look at this. All the TPs got hit over here. This is actually a good one. So we're gonna look at EURUSD. We're gonna go to XRP in a sec, but this is a better one. So I like when price is close to the aqua. So price is close to the aqua here on the 4 hour. That means it's not trended too far. So look here, guys. We might go over, but if it's cool with you guys, I might just go a little bit over just so I can cover a couple more things. We do have a little bit more time, but you see, guys, when price dropped all the way down here, massive drop, right? I'm not looking for, first off, I'm not looking for a buy because I don't know how far. I would have been looking for a buy here and here and here and here and here. Like I don't predict pullbacks, but look how it comes back to the aqua, right? Just as planned, boom, drops. You would have caught that one. It did come higher. And I don't know what this is. There must have been a trade here that I've taken. And this thing just completely tanked, guys. And, dude. So, yeah. But in this situation, guys, see all the way down here, the aqua is so far away from price. Like, if I use my measuring tool, my pip measure, look, it's 590 pips away from price. I don't want to take any more sells because it's so far away from the 50 period EMA, which is the aqua line. So when price is close to the aqua, I'm more inclined to take a buy or sell, right? Because I know it has space to move. Okay, so in DeLorean, when I ask myself, does it have space? I first want the aqua to protect me, but I also want to make sure there's no EMAs below or in the direction that I want price to move. All right. This USD CAD trade is tempting. I'm not gonna lie. Right. So in this example, like I'm looking for a sell for sure, but I would honestly just wait for a. Let me see. I would have to have price. Sorry, some cars going. I would have to wait for price to come below these lines, and then I'd look for a sell. So the price is moving down. If it closes below the aqua, I might look for a sell. So let me continue to move, guys. I'm gonna try to go quickly. Ooh, this is actually amazing. Looks like a DeLorean is about to form on this. EuroCAD. All right, so this is like another nice trade. Let me go to the daily real quick. The EMA, all of them are EMAs. They all just represent different time frames. That's a really good question, Manny. Every one of these lines represents a different EMA, a different period of time. So the blue one is an 800 EMA. So over 800 candles, the average price is all the way up here. So that just tells you that 800 candles ago, price was higher, right? The white is 200, a 200 period EMA. Aqua's 50 period. The red one's 13. And then the yellow's 5. So the bigger period EMA, the stronger it is. This blue one is the strongest EMA. So like if price ever goes and touches that blue one, those are like, I used to just take sells off the blue EMA. That was a strategy I had when I was just starting. And it's honestly not the worst. Go to a high time frame, but you can see price will break through it. We'll definitely break through it. but it normally tells you the direction. So if the blue line is above the candles, you know it's a downtrend. Okay, so if you look at the dark blue line, you always know the trend, the longer term trend, which is the real trend. Okay, the real trend's the big one. We don't care about the intermediate trends. All right, to set the lines on TradingView, go to indicators, type in DeLorean EMAs. Mine are customized, but it's the same thing as these ones. DeLorean EMAs, boom, and it'll pop up. Yeah, they have a whole indicator for it now, which is cool. So yeah, guys, like a trade idea here. If you want to continue this trend, I would put a stop loss above, and if you really want a solid stop loss, you want to go above this prior high, this resistance right here, right? And all I'm looking for, guys, is like the last resistance. I'm not looking at this resistance. You know, I'm not looking at the whole thing. When was the last resistance? Right here, and I have the aqua. So this is 2 reasons that might stop price from going higher. So if price does decide to go higher, this is the bad part about the free version. So besides that, though, it's not a big deal, right? So if price goes higher, it has to first break this EMA. This aqua EMA is gonna push price lower, and it has a little bit of resistance here as well that also might push it lower. So you want to put your stop loss a little bit above those 2 things, right? And then you want to now look for areas. So now is when I look back in time, like this is a good TP, right? Down here, it's like the last lowest point. Okay. If I put it down here, I look right here, guys, it's a 2.85 risk to reward. So if I'm risking 2%, if you times 2% times this number, which is about, it's close to 3, so it's like almost 6% profit. So if it comes down here, and this could happen like today, like this could happen tonight, like overnight, it could drop this far, or tomorrow morning, it could easily drop down here. Okay, so another good setup if you guys want to take this, and it's really simple, guys. When you go on, same thing. Let's actually go through the steps here. Euro CAD, right? I'm gonna go to my Forex my FX book, right? Forex calculators, right? And I'm gonna go to position size calculator. I'm gonna come on here. I'm gonna type in Euro CAD. Boom. Let's use the 3,000, right? Let's risk 2%. Stop loss. So how do we find out what stop loss is? If I use this tool, guys, this tool here is found right here. It's called the short position. Short is the same thing as selling. Long is the same thing as buying. So it's a setup for a short selling position, right? Boom. I draw it. You can move the entry. This is the entry, right? I would probably enter right here on this red line. I'd put my stop loss up here, and you can move stop loss, right, guys? All right, following. 34 pips. Yeah, let's do that. Let's keep it right there. Boom. Come up here. Oh, sorry, 1 sec. I think there's, yeah. Sorry, 1 sec, guys. I just blew up my. Okay, 34 pips is the stop loss. So boom. So it says stop loss in pips, 34. Boom. So you would take a 0.22. So this is something this is more up my alley. But what's cool is I don't gotta take this trade. Like this is not a true DeLorean. Honestly, guys, if I wait, so this is actually another. Oh, damn! This is actually fire, guys. Let's actually stay on this call. So I want to show you guys something. Dude, it's actually crazy. This is like pretty simple stuff. Someone who's been trading for a while probably thinks I'm dumb, but I'm not always fully detailed, right? But what I found out, guys, was that we're looking at an hour trade, right? An hour. So this little white line is the price, right? 1.36791. That's the price. Under that, guys, is a timer. This timer is how long until this candle closes. So obviously every hour, it's almost 9. So at 9, this candle is going to close. If this candle closes under this blue, if it closes down here, you guys don't know, I didn't teach you the first 2 steps of the DeLorean, but this would actually make a DeLorean. So I'm actually going to take this. I know I'm not supposed to until 2 a.m. But I'm going to take it. I'm going to give it a shot, right? So I'm going to take this. Now, guys, when you want to use these numbers to put them into trading, your MetaTrader 4, this red box, guys, is the stop loss number. All right, this is like really important, right? The the top of your stop loss is this number, this red box. This is what you put for stop loss, 1.37193. That's your stop loss. Take profit is this green number right here, 1.35967, and you're gonna take a sell. Okay, very, very simple. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna wait one more minute, guys. Feel free to drop any questions. We're gonna end this call, but I'm gonna wait one more minute. I'm actually gonna take this trade. I'll probably just risk like a 1% just because I'm not trading within my time frame. So when I'm not working with my true trading plan, guys, I have to. It's just my rules. I don't take a full 2%. I do a 1% because if I lose, I'm not willing to risk a full 2% when I'm not even trading at the right time. It's one of my rules are broken. So you can see this actually just closed. So I'm actually gonna go in here. I'm gonna take this trade with you guys. So feel free to take it. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go to Euro CAD. I'm gonna click sell. Let me make sure it's my live account. Yep. Euro CAD, and it's already dropping. That's why I love this strat. The strategy of the DeLorean guys is so lit. I'm gonna take a sell here. The market's already dropping. Boom. Okay, so we're in this trade. I'm gonna set the stop loss for 1.37193. I'm gonna set my take profit. I don't always set take profit, guys, but I'm gonna because I might be sleeping. All right, so if I'm entering at nighttime, I always put a stop take profit because I don't want to. I want to know if I wake up and it comes down here. All right, if it comes down here and then shoots up, I don't want to, you know, have to take profit all the way up here just because I was sleeping, right? So I'm in on this trade right now live. So I actually think I went 2%. So it is what it is. I think I took the 2% after. Let me actually just make sure. I don't want to do that because then I'm going to be tripping when I'm sleeping and stuff. It's actually like the worst thing. Hold on, let me just check mine. Guys, I'm going to end this recording and then I want to open it up to you guys. Let me see what I got to do.